I am so happy that I'm hearing Lullaby everywhere at the moment.
Oh, thanks, man.
All over TV.
So am I.
Loads. Yeah, I can imagine you're very happy with it. And it seems like when you first released it, it came alongside The Beast from the East. So I was like, why is Sigala releasing a summer song? Because he's really upsetting the weather right now.
Fight the Beast from the East.
And you've done it. You've smashed it. The sun is out today. So I'd like to thank you for that.
Go.
Thank you for getting rid of the snow. Where's the weirdest place you've heard your own music?
Oh, they played it on an aeroplane once over the Tannoy. Which was really weird. But I think they knew I was on board, so they were just messing around.
Because what do you do in that situation? Are you the sort of person who'd get awkward in that situation, or you just like soak it in?
Yeah, I'm a bit like, oh, come on, guys. just trying to get on my flight.
Have you bought the single, or are you streaming the single? That's the most important thing. Do you find that you listen to your own music after it's released? Because I always find it split. I find a lot of people either half kind of listen to it up until the point of release, and then they put it out of their mind, or they're just obsessed with it.
You know what? There's like a gap between when the track is finished and when it actually gets released, and I don't listen to it at all in that gap, because by that time I've listened to it so many times. I'm like, right, I'm gonna have a break. By that point I've heard it probably thousands of times whilst I'm making it, so it's nice to have a break. And then when you hear it on the radio, if I jump in an Uber or something like that and it comes on, I think that was the first time I heard Lullaby after I'd actually finished it. It was just in an Uber, and then you can be like, oh yeah, this is all right. Because it gets to the point you've heard it so many times, you're like, is this good? I don't know.
It's like when you say the same word over and over again and it doesn't sound like a word anymore. So you're like, what is this? And you're like, actually, no, this was quite good.
Yeah.
You've been playing all over the world as well. Is this like your off season now?
Yeah, this is my studio season. Winter is great for obviously there's not as many shows, so I've just been working on the album, getting in the studio, working with some amazing artists and writers, and yeah, I'm really excited to share what I've been up to.
Before we talk about your studio season, I wanted to talk about kind of, as you mentioned, you were flying over the world doing loads of kind of on-season DJ gigs. What's your favourite venue in the world?
There's a stage at Creamfields Festival called the Steel Yard, which is like a massive kind of hangar. I mean, I guess it's not a venue, but it is a building at a festival.
It counts.
It's amazing. It's so cool.
Yeah.
It's like something out of James Bond or something like that.
So is that the venue that you always want to go back to?
Yeah.
Even if they didn't offer you any money?
Yeah, man. I'd hang about in the hangar.
And who does the best backstage food? I'm talking when it comes to your rider. Who provides the best?
I do a few shows that are like kind of a bit more kind of posh clubs, and they always make a real effort with the food. You know, they'll try and impress you. I've had like some sushi arrive and things like this. And I'm like, oh, I'm not really hungry, but I feel like I kind of have to eat this now.
Obliged, because this costs like 40 quid.
Yeah.
You posted on Twitter that you are almost finished with your debut album. That was about a week ago. Whereabouts are we now? Are we done?
Oh, I've really put my foot in it now, haven't I? Yeah, mate. Yeah, let's say we're done.
You're done. How do you know when it's done?
No, it's not done. It's never done, man. It's just gonna be at the point where people like take it from my hands and force me to send it to them. It's never going to be done. But yeah, like it's close. Like pretty much all the features are now in place. I've got some great collabs, like I said. It's just finishing touches now. You
need to do one of these living, breathing albums like Kanye did. You know, The Life of Pablo, where he just kept updating it because he was like, I don't think I'm done, but I'm going to release it and I'm just going to keep updating the tracks.
That's a great idea. Yeah. just when the tracks when I write a track, just go, right, here's track 5 on the album.
Would you prefer that? Would you prefer to be able to kind of, because I suppose at the moment you kind of stagger it in itself with kind of the release of singles, but if you had to drop an album, would you prefer to be able to think maybe like 2 months down the line, you'll be like, actually, I've just come up with a song that I think fits better at track 2. I'm going to switch these around.
Yeah, I think that might even be the future.
But then I suppose the issue with that
just come up with that
is, I know, I'm inspired.
An innovator.
That's why I'm here. You were mentioning about features on the album. Who have you got lined up?
There's a few which I've already kind of spoken about, so it's okay to say the names. There's one with Kylie Minogue on something. The Vamps boys, have been working with them. Flow Rider.
Oh wow!
They're not like, there's a few that aren't 100% confirmed yet, but these are just some people I've been working with. So hopefully they'll end up being a part of the album.
When you first introduced yourself to Flow Rider, what do you call call him? Do you call him Flo or Mr. Ryder?
Flo, bro.
Out of everybody that you've worked with on this album, this is kind of, I suppose this could be a trick question because you might accidentally slip up and reveal something that you shouldn't. Who's the most fun in the studio?
John Newman is he shares a very similar humour to me. He'll go from being incredibly serious when it comes to actually like writing the song and like getting it done, and then when we switch off, it's just like we just turn into children and just really just childish humour.
Let's chat about your new single, because as I mentioned earlier, you're smashing it once again with Lullaby. It managed to cure The Beast from the East, which is a strong move in itself. Now it's taken over the charts as well. Kind of how did that sort of Paloma Faith collaboration come about?
So the song, like, it was quite a long process writing the song. Got to the point where I was like, right, I need to actually find somebody to sing it. I've been a big fan of Paloma's for ages, and I always try and look for kind of a unique signature voice that people will recognise, and instantly when you hear her voice, you know it's her. So yeah, I got in touch with her and we worked on the track a little bit first, and then we laid down her vocal and she just crushed it.
Thank you so much for hanging out on the show.
Thanks, my pleasure.
And I'm going to hit play on Lullaby now. Can I get you to introduce it, please?
Sure thing. What's up, guys? This is Sigala, and this is my brand new single, Lullaby.